Angeles Rams. We begin the next half-century of Super Bowls to a strobe of flashes. Super Bowl 51 from Houston is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Los Angeles, a team that really struggled, especially, the last 12 games, they lost 11 of them. Of course, they had a head coaching change. But let's discuss Jared Goff. 5 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, started the final 7 games of the season. Where does he figure in going forward?
He figures to be the face of that franchise. He's the key that they have to build around, and I really thought that they lost time by not playing him earlier. Put him out there, let him gain the experience, let him get better as the season goes on. He did start the last 7 games, all losses, but he gained valuable experience in doing so. They have a runner in Todd Gurley. They have to beef up the offensive line, get a few more receivers. But I tell you what, Jared Goff has potential in the NFL.
Again they run with Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing on 3rd. Gone. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now we see Andy Dalton bring Cincinnati out there. And Cincinnati, first time under Andy Dalton, they haven't been in the playoffs. His first 5 years, they made it. This year, 6-9-1. He threw for 4,200 yards, second best total of his career. But again, that's a quarterback who would trade those numbers to be back in the playoffs.
Yeah, hollow numbers for Andy Dalton. And let's face it, it started last offseason. Lost Marvin Jones, Mohamed Sanu. Tyler Eifert got hurt in the Pro Bowl last year, missed the beginning of the season. And then A.J. Green got hurt late in the season. So all of his weapons gone from him, and it made it tough for him to generate the offense he wanted to in Cincinnati, hoping to have a bounce-back year in 2017.
2nd down following the incompletion.
4 down. Blue 10. Blue 10.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play. Close things down inside.
And they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. Now Dalton. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on. So on is the lefty, Kevin Huber, to kick it away for the Bengals here on 4th down. Deep for the Rams, Tavon Austin. This is fielded at the 27. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Now the Bengals defense readies as they head onto the field. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of? Great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out. You feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down. 8 yards to go here on 2nd down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. To throw on 2nd down is gone. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Here we go. Green, 39.
From the gun on 3rd down. Gone. Got his man over the middle. This is quick. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, it doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
The one running back is Gurley. He'll get the football here. Oh, look at the juke as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
Tight end right. Tight end right. 4 down. 4 down. Alert. Hurry up. Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Domata Peko with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Tight right. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
2nd and 10. Dalton once more. Surveying the field. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
I know I'm not giving enough credit to the defenders because that pass was incomplete. But come on, it was A.J. Green. I always expect him to come up with the ball.
Yeah, on those deep routes especially, even on incompletions, it's fun to watch him run those routes.
It certainly is. Boy, he eats that ground and he usually goes up and gets it.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Caught, Eifert over the middle. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
I think in a lot of ways, Tyler Eifert is happy to wave bye-bye to 2016 because of the injury issues. Got hurt in the Pro Bowl, Missed the first 6 games of the season and then couldn't finish the year with another back injury.
Yeah, and the one that hurt, that Pro Bowl injury. Supposed to be such an award for the great year he had a season ago and just never really got things going this year, did he?
Such a difficult matchup, especially in the red zone. Look for a big bounce back in 2017.
Partner, these L.A. Rams, as they come back out here for the next offensive series, they've now missed the playoffs 12 straight seasons. Of course, this last one, their first back in L.A., they were 3-1, so much hope, but then they lost all but one down the stretch.
Hard to believe with a defense that good, but just tells you about the premium that's placed on the offensive side of the ball, especially at the quarterback position. They just didn't have the stability. Even though they drafted Jared Goff, number 1 in 2016, he'll have to ascend to that number. Be that guy for them in the next season in order for the Rams to finally break that playoff drought.
And now they've got some city neighbors in the Chargers of L.A. Here's Goff, and the catch made by Kenny Britt. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll be first down Rams. Speaking of Britt, Charles, he just completed his 8th NFL season. Kind of interesting because the Rams struggled offensively. We know what happened there, but Britt turned in his best year, over 1,000 yards.
Adjusted to the fact that he had to go and work with a couple of different quarterbacks during the year. He had Case Keenum for a long time, and then at the end of the year they had the rookie Jared Goff. But what I liked about Kenny Britt was watching him develop, even in his 8th season, as a route runner. For a while, he'd become a guy, hey, Britt's going to go deep. Cover him there. He started coming back inside, working the sidelines. He had a really nice year, became the most dependable target.
On first down, it's Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Hey. 4 down.
Here we go. Boo, 90. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Defense looking to hold serve one last time here on 3rd and 7.
Tight end's right. Here we go now. 3-19.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown Rams. Kenny Britt, 49 yards. And the Rams are going to take a first quarter lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
380.
Second down, Dalton. To the left side here for Eifert. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on third down.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play.
Got double tight. 4 down. Alert. Bang. 380.
Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's taken down, but not before he gets us into enemy territory across the 40. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, got stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Dagger. Switch gears. Ready. Dagger. He's checking. Crash.
Dalton off play action. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Here's Dalton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Aaron Donald in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
0 fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
We got 4.
A 4th down gamble with Dalton. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
In your face.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. Tackle made that time by Michael Johnson.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Well, after that stop, you know that third down is not a gimme if you're on the offensive team. So what are you going to do? Run it again, or maybe you go play action and try and throw the ball and pick up the next.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Vontaze Burfict in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do.
Hey, blue 10. Blue 10. Zebra. Nickel.
2nd and 10. Dalton once more. He's going to float this one deep right side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Dalton sets up play action. He's got time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mark Barron coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Here's Austin. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
So 1 quarter down here in Super Bowl 51. 7-0 is our score. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going, and they've got it here with a first down. They come up in an offset eye. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Tackle made there by Ray Maualuga, the linebacker.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Another carry now for Gurley. And Gurley here fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot, but there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is, and even before we get to the draft, you start with the combine, that's held in Indianapolis every year, and you have about 350 of the top prospects coming together to get their physicals and interviews and on-field performance, and all that will get evaluated along with their game tape. And then you've got the free agents, all right? That starts, I believe, in early March, where now the free agents can start moving around to different teams. So your team's starting to take a little bit of shape there, free agency, because then the draft's coming up. You're trying to put your team together with new draft picks, have everyone start to move in one direction. And then you have the OTAs and minicamps. You get to see them on the field for the first time. And we start to get a better idea of how these teams are going to look when the fall begins.
1st and 10 for Dalton. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jeremy Hill there was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. 3rd and 2 for Dalton. And they're going to bring him down. Back across midfield at the 45. Alec Ogletree in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker, has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Now, that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough job to contain them.
Finding time. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. Oh, he slipped right by him. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals take possession. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with the game.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Akeem Ayers from his outside linebacker spot. He gets him down here for a loss of 4.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Michael Brockers in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. So here's 3rd and 20, and with a long yardage, defense going with a nickel look. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Alec Ogletree bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. Here's Kevin Huber now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now Austin. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Goff on 3rd down. And he will find his man. It's Kenny Brent. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Hurry up, here we go.
3-19. The throw on 2nd down is gone. And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. Touchdown, L.A. Tavon Austin. 45 yards, and the Rams add on to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. And on the return, here comes Adam Jones. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on fourth down. A fourth down gamble with Dalton, escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this, and he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a first down. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And on fourth and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete to Tate. A gain of 6 there on first.
You got him. Strong left, strong left. Wild Bill, Wild Bill. 20.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then they don't come down with the football.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. He drops it off for Bernard. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Ready, blue 10.
So they are going for it. Now Dalton, flushed out right. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Give him 7 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. Ready.
1st and 10 for Dalton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Wide 20. Dagger.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Dalton gives to Bernard, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more.
Dagger. Wide 20. 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
2nd down, Dalton. Flush to his right, and he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play, but you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
He'll buy some time right, looking for the end zone, and it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. He had a chance there to finish things off, didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They come out here in the I.
380.
They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton, rush coming, and he's taken down. Alec Ogletree in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I I would think that they would, because if they were...
A ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Adam Jones. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field, where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
They come out with one back and three tight ends. They'll run it here with Bernard. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Michael Brocker's in on the stop. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
Here's Dalton rolling to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. A minute 52 left to play in this second quarter. We're back to Super Bowl 51 after this. A reminder coming up at the intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Larry Ridley and the crew in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet, they're going to go for it on fourth. They send Green to the left on his own. Fourth down, Dalton wants to throw. And it is incomplete. Marvin Lewis tries for it, but comes up empty. Well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No, let's go.
I like to do that randomly. AFC playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they'd have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they had been perennials. How about Denver?
Yeah.
Remember last year, they didn't have the quarterback to start. Trevor Siemian played pretty well overall, but maybe they can get solidified there and ride that strong defense right back into the playoffs. I'm going to give you a couple a little bit off the pace. Indianapolis cannot afford to squander Andrew Luck, one of the better young quarterbacks in the game. They've got to get back to the playoffs. And Buffalo, brand new head coach, brand new people running the ball club. Let's see if they can figure it out, because I think defensively they can be awfully strong.
Caught here left side by Brett. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try No pressure at the passer.
Goff throwing again. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Lance Kendricks, 31 yards. And the Rams add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been the a drive there of just 4 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles.